Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 241 for the 3rd of March, 2024. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
You didn't tell me it was fancy dress tonight.
Oh, because I'm dressed like a referee.
You're dressed up as Walter Day. What's going on?
Now you're going to have to explain to the ladies and gentlemen who Walter Day is. Well done.
Yeah. Everyone knows. If they watch this, they know, surely. Oh,
I've
whoever was listening, that's made them leave.
I've been to Ottumwa.
I've
been to Ottumwa and it's fantastic. It's a beautiful, beautiful place in the middle of nowhere in Iowa.
Oh, no, I've not been there. Sorry.
Yeah. You've been to Laconia?
Yes. The original Twin Galaxies wasn't in Ottumwa.
Yeah, Ottumwa. O-T-T Omwa.
Otitomwa.
Ottumwa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the middle of nowhere. We got off the train and we had a wander over to the platform sign. We took a picture and we jumped back in the train because it was very cold.
Aye. Yeah.
Welcome to Ottumwa. Please take a jacket.
Mm-hmm. And a jumper.
So yeah, how's everything?
Fine.
Good. Fine's good. Yeah.
Been a fine old week.
Fine.
I've finally bought some bits and bobs. I'm going to borrow a drill to get through my wall. I will instead of building a wall, I'm drilling a hole through a wall for my outside wall to get the permanent internet out here for about what I've been
4 years.
I've been planning it for 4 years.
Jody,
what?
Don't take this the wrong way, but they built the channel tunnel in less time.
I know. Do you know what it is though? I'm a bit of a procrastinator.
Is that right?
But anyway, today I bought the bits of pipe that I'm going to feed I'm going to feed the cable through, and it's going to be all nice and protected. So
nice. Okay, that's good.
We're almost there. I reckon maybe next week.
And you got your big drill from your neighbour?
Big Darren. Darren. He's. I've not got the drill bit yet because he's as bad as me. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'll leave that out for you. And I'm like, nice one, thanks, Dan.
There you go.
So I'm blaming him.
But it's coming. You will eventually have permanent internet.
I can't wait because
I'll get permanent internet.
Because I'll be out here all the time, just constantly after that.
That's my internet. Right there.
It's your feed.
Yeah, that one there. About there. I pull that, the whole show goes.
Whoa!
It's like the the Barnum and Bailey thing where they just pull that one thing and then the whole tent would just fall down.
That's right.
That's that one. That's that bit there.
That's that there.
Mm-hmm. The whole circus of monkeys just falls down.
How's your week?
It's been all right. Yeah, I've been out a couple of times this week. First time in a while. Having a bit of a clear out. Yeah, cleared a wee bit of my desk over there.
Bit of a clear out.
Put the Chekhov's gun up there. So towards the end of this episode, we'll use it because we have to by the third act. I had a bit of a clear out, tidying some stuff up. I've got cellophane over here.
Oh, what's that called? That's
ASMR.
That audio sensory thing.
ASMR. To like tap against the microphone.
Right. Anyway, after all this rambling.
Anyhow, shall we crack on with the news of the day? Let's do that.
Of the week.
Of the week. Of the. And we start with Timothy Chalamet, pictured here dressed in his still suit. Dune 2. Did you go and see Dune 2?
Not yet.
I haven't seen it
this week, though, I think I'm going to go this week.
Mm-hmm.
I imagined that the kind of hype would have been this week, so I want to get a nice, quiet cinema.
Yeah. 81.5 million debut, which is not bad for a sequel. And pretty good for Dune. Dune is one of my favorite science fiction movies of all time ever. I even liked the David Lynch version of it as well. That was my guilty pleasure back in the day. Was the Dune thing. I love the story. I love the fact that Star Wars borrowed quite heavily from Dune.
Well,
and
this is
it's just good.
this is very, very hopeful actually, because 81.5 million debut is not to be sniffed at.
No, it is not. No.
I was watching somebody on YouTube, and they were saying that Oppenheimer debuted, their debut weekend was that, and it went on to make $1 billion, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And I finally watched it.
And good. And judging by the hype that this is getting and the reviews this is getting, this is sitting at like 95% on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
Yeah.
So judging by all that, fingers crossed. I mean, I'm saying I want to have an empty cinema next week to watch it, or this week to watch it. But
so you want a private screening at Denis Villeneuve's place?
Aye, with Hans Zimmer beside me as well. Hey guys,
did you see? Did you see? What's his face? Chris Nolan and Denis Villeneuve were at some. I don't know where they were, but they were at some IMAX theater, and he was interviewing Denis Villeneuve after the screening.
Oh, really?
How cool would that have been?
Very.
Obviously asking for tips. So
yeah.
how do you actually direct? How do you make it look good?
Maybe handsome.
How do you like tweak the audio so that the audience can hear it?
How do you make it look as if it was actually filmed on another planet?
How do you make it
look? I
look
watch Dune, that's what I think. Though it does take me to that
world. It feels like
Yeah.
you're on Arrakis. It
feels
really
like they
does.
filmed it on another planet.
It does. It's good. I mean, you know, it's a rock full of sand. I mean, it's floating in space. What else do you feel? I honestly see the bit where there's bits in it where the dials and all that kind of stuff have got wear on them, where gloves have like just constantly worn away at the ornithopter controls. It just
maybe they filmed
amazing.
it in Tatooine. Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe they did. Yeah,
on location in Tatooine.
Which is in Algiers. Is Algiers, isn't it? Or Tunisia. Tunisia. Yeah. There is a place called Tatooine. Faroum Tatooine, I think it is.
That's real.
That is real. In fact, in The Long Way Down, Obi-Wan Kenobi goes back to Tatooine.
He does. You're right.
With
does not get recognised. I don't think
it doesn't get recognised. Goes, I was in Star Wars, and the guy's like,
You're right.
The guy's like, all right, sure you were.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this. I have not seen it yet. Sam and David went to see it. Sam and I went to see the first one. She liked it, and then she liked the second one. David did not like it. He was not a fan of Dune 2.
He did not like it.
Do you want to know why he did not like Dune 2?
No, okay.
He had no idea what was going on because he hadn't seen Dune 1.
Oh, for God's sake. Well, that's that. Whose fault's that?
Well, there you go.
Come on, David.
Exactly. Get your finger. Get Dune 1 watched.
Yeah, get it watched.
So yeah, this is good news for them.
There's no excuse actually. It's on Netflix right now.
Oh, is it?
Dune.
All right. There's been a lot of press, obviously, because Rebecca Ferguson and Josh Brolin have been doing the sort of late night TV circuit things.
Yep.
And they're both very good at hyping up Dune, especially Josh Brolin. Did you see his Instagram post?
No, no, I don't think so.
Let me see it. Let me see if I can find it. It's not that far behind, I don't think. Cancel.
Depends how much you put on Instagrams.
Yeah.
Instagram. Well, I do like Instagram, but I don't post up many things.
Okay, I can't find it. It's on there anyway. But yeah, he talks about how Willy Wonka is partnered up with the guy from No Country for Old Men, and all this kind of like, it mentions all the characters, but not their characters in Dune. And it's, why would you not want to go and see that movie in a theater?
Right. Okay. I get the gist.
The popcorn bucket as well that we never talked about last week, with the big giant worm that you put your hand in.
Oh man, that looks like it could be used for other things.
Yeah, especially if you got like, is it tryptophobia, the fear of holes?
Well, I was more thinking if you're very, very, very lonely. Anyway,
If you're lonely,
let's
sing
not
here.
go there. Jesus Christ! Good Lord.
So okay,
just a bit of a top tip. A wee bit of Vaseline in the top of that. Nice one.
helps the
You're good to
popcorn get
go.
released.
You're good to go. Yeah.
So Adam Savage, he did a diorama with an ornithopter and Paul Atreides riding the back of the
All right.
sandworm, but it's beautifully done. His
Nice.
version, this one just looks like you're putting your hand inside
disgusting.
a big giant worm.
Good Lord. I don't want one of them in my house.
The worst, isn't it?
God.
That's a souvenir popcorn bucket you don't want to have.
That is horrible.
All right, let's talk Disney. So it turns out Sean Bailey is out at Disney and David Greenbaum is in. And they're gonna smush them together, and basically 20th Century Fox is no more really. That's essentially it. It's just Disney live action.
All right.
So just smushed it together. They'll probably keep it as 20 because they still have 20th Century Studios. They'll probably still do the sort of more adult stuff on the 20th Century Studios thing, but Fox is gone. The name Fox is gone.
Do you remember how important that was back in the day? When it went hand in hand with a new Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all thought it was going to be terrible.
Yeah.
And it never had the dun, 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 and now no one cares.
Now no one cares, no. But it's because it leads up with it's got the Lucasfilm logo now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then it's just silence, and it does the Lucasfilm logo.
The only people that care are me and James when we're watching these videos. And I did promise Saturday I was going to release us watching Empire Strikes Back, but we videoed far too much stuff, so I'm still editing it.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'd say something. I've been watching a couple of vloggers this week, and seriously, edit buttons are your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Please edit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't just throw clips together.
No,
long rambling content is for podcasts, and that is all.
I don't. Well, we can't speak about that editing. Exactly. But my phone ran out of memory halfway through, and I didn't realise as well.
No.
So I'm just going to have to do what I can with it.
Yeah.
With the footage.
Get them back in, do reshoots.
Could do.
Yeah. Talking of Wonka, the Wonka Experience in Glasgow.
Yeah, this was big news over here.
Jody, this was big news all over the world, man.
Was
this
it really?
It really
Seriously?
put Glasgow on the map. And
Did it really?
Yeah.
Looks all right from that angle.
It does,
no,
yeah.
Me.
So there's the one that went around the world. Is there going to be a picture over here? This one, I don't really know what to click on here. Meth lab from. Oh yeah, here we go. She was interviewed on Good Morning TV.
Yeah.
The actress here. So she was. There's video of her, and she hands out a jelly baby, or a jelly bean, or something, and that was what you got as your sort of like surprise sweet.
Wow.
For this thing, of course, unhappy Oompa Loompa is going to sell memes. Here she is, obviously beside Walter White.
I'm assuming. Well, that's obviously made up, but
yeah, it's Photoshop. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's the same people that did they did a elf thing in Kelvin Grove Museum. And I think there's still Elfin Grove. It was called
Elfin Grove.
And you just walked around this thing, and they had like folk dressed as elves and not much else, a bit of tinsel, and then they had like a silent disco at the end and a kind of a snow globe thing that you could get in, or a snow whatever it was you could get into, and it was all snowing.
Yeah.
It was absolute crap. But I think they did it a couple of years in a row, and it got slightly better, but it was a bit like this Willy Wonka Experience.
Because it's House of Illuminati was the company behind it, and I'm looking at their company information. It looks like they only formed November last year, so it might not be them.
Yeah. Glasgow's Fire Festival, says James. Aye, pretty much. Pretty much dumpster fire.
Fire Festival. Brilliant.
Do you know, I'll wait for the Netflix special about this Wonka experience.
Wonka. instead
Yeah.
of fire. Oh dear.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. So the guy behind it as well, he's cancelled his wedding. It's so bad. The guy, yeah. So the guy
Well, he
behind
probably
it,
can't afford it now. He's probably
yeah.
his money.
So Billy Cool,
Billy Cool.
Billy Cool.
Mhm.
And if you go to do you know, it's amazing what you can find with $50 and a little bit of it. This is their financial stuff from Company's House. So Billy Cool is the guy who's obviously registered at some accountant firm in England, but they've had no filings obviously because he just started in November.
So he's like a pure Glasgow chancer, basically. That he's jumped on some opportunity that he's thinking. Aye.
And so he's
Billy
got
Cool.
Billy Cool.
Remember, the only other person I know with the surname Cool
Billy,
Phil
Billy
Cool.
Not the Boney M song?
Cool,
yeah, Phil Cool, yeah. That was C-O-C-O-L. Aye. The man with the rubber face.
Yes, him.
We went to see him at the Gaiety.
We did see him at the Gaiety, aye. Some live.
Him and it was about a year later, maybe 2 years later, we saw Craig Ferguson. And I had never laughed so much at even Billy Connolly, I'd never laughed at a comedian so much as I did Craig Ferguson.
Did I see him? I can't remember.
I think you did, yeah.
I can't remember. I remember seeing Robbie Coltrane. He did a one-man show, Mr. O'Buffo, in there.
Oh, yeah.
Strange,
I heard
scripted thing. Aye,
yeah.
odd,
and I saw
remember rightly.
I saw Stephen Fry at the Shaw Festival doing a one-man show.
There you go.
Fantastic. He was really good. He did a Harry Potter thing, but in the middle of it, he stopped and did a Harry Potter thing in the middle, which is very funny. Anyway, so this guy, Billy Cool. Billy, Daddy Cool, wasn't it? That was the Boney M song.
That was the Boney M song, yeah.
Anyway, so Billy Cool here, seen pictured apologizing. He's can't look at the big gummy bear.
So he can't. He obviously can't pay for his wedding now because he's going to have to give all the money back.
He says that none of his wedding plans were tied up with this, and it was going to go ahead anyway. But he thinks it's like in bad taste, so he's not going to bother. He really thinks the wedding is going to be in bad taste. He's obviously not been to the Willy Wonka Experience.
Yeah. I could see a guy like that though making money off the back of this on how bad it was, and how did it come about, and sell, doing a book about it or something, selling the rights to Netflix.
Full responsibility for the furore. He also revealed he'd moved out of his family home and cancelled the upcoming destination wedding, according to the Sunday Times. Cool said, "I'm truly sorry. It is important for me to add the organisation and decisions surrounding the event were solely my responsibility. I want to make clear to everyone who's hired externally or offered their help are not affiliated with me or the company." And well, to be fair, that's quite nice of him to do that. In other words, don't go against the actors. It's not their fault.
Yeah, what a hero.
Yeah. Regarding a personal matter, there will be no wedding, and no wedding was funded by ticket sales. It followed on from earlier estimations the firm would have cashed in just short of £30,000 for the weekend. At the event, it had not been so derided online. Then he is pictured after. He looks like he's been taking a beating.
Yeah.
What's going on there? Go away, Metro. He went on. He does go on a bit. "Firstly, I want to extend my sincerest apologies to each and every one of you who are looking forward to the event. I understand the disappointment and frustration it has caused, and for that, I am truly sorry. It's important for me to clarify the organisation's decisions were solely mine." You just did that. You're repeating yourself. Anyway, so here's pictures from the event.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Looks great.
Looks the best. The business. And then the comments. It's always good to see the comments for some of these. Is there any comments? No, it's just endless thing. Oh, here we go. Is dream wedding because it bears no relation to reality? He's right. The failure is down to him. He was the blooming organizer. Blowing out blooming. The people can't care about getting the money back, not his wedding arrangements. The tragic thing is this plum will probably end up making money out of this.
There you go.
Inevitable lame Netflix documentary. So when's the stuff turning up you're let down with?
I watched one the other day there, and it was on the other week, and it was on Prime. I never spoke about it on the show, but it was a reality TV show, and the guy that organised it had this idea that they were to make £1 million, but they were, not given any. They had to kind of fend for themselves. Basically, real life had to fend for themselves and make money out of doing good things for people.
Is that not the story of remember that con man guy that he pretended he was in MI6 or MI5 or whatever it was, and he convinced these agricultural students to go in the lamb with him.
Yeah, thinking that they were all wanted targets.
And he was getting them jobs and stuff, and then like taking rent off them and things.
Got them to change their identity.
Yeah,
the women to change their identity for like 10 years.
Steal money from their parents and all that kind of stuff.
Aye, that was a weird one.
That was weird.
Yeah.
And they all went, okay.
I suppose it's not as bad as that, but
No, it's not as bad. It's nowhere near as bad as that, but
definitely we will hear about that. If it's worldwide, this guy will be getting contacted by Netflix, definitely.
He's really in the like. I like that there was other memes as well, and it was like really sorry about their Dune experience, and it was like the gritter sheds.
Yeah,
so good. Anyhow, so best of luck to Billy Cool. Hopefully, he can get his marriage back on track and see what happens.
Yeah, it's a complete coincidence that he's cancelled his marriage when this all failed. Yeah, complete coincidence.
Left the family home as well.
Yeah.
Does that mean he was living with his mum and dad?
Turned the winds against him.
They obviously went to see Willy Wonka Experience.
Yeah.
James Gunn.
Oh.
James Gunn explains why Superman Legacy was retitled.
Yep.
They get rid of Henry Cavill and now they can do whatever they want. That's what.
Yeah. Did you see his reason though?
No.
It's basically when he saw the logo or something and he was like, "Nah,
that's not work for me. Let's just call it Superman."
Which is cool, actually, because I think Superman Legacy is a comic book, isn't it? It's a graphic novel, I think. Anyway, so it kind of links it to that. So just calling it Superman. There's not been a movie just called Superman.
Not since the original Superman, which was actually Superman the motion picture. Yeah.
So there's not been a movie called just Superman.
Yeah.
So keeps it simple. I like it. I think it kind of shows that he is going for the kind of old school. Well, I think he's going to go for old school Superman.
Right.
Have you seen we showed the cast last week, didn't we?
It was Jeremy Shalawanawanga, Hinawanawanga, that guy.
Aye. But the guy that's playing who's the wee boy, the young photographer guy?
Jimmy Olsen. See the guy that's cast as Jimmy Olsen. He was the kid in Santa Clarita Diet. Okay.
And he could not look more like a Jimmy Olsen than, if you looked him up in the dictionary and the word Jimmy Olsen.
Jumping G. Willikers and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, aye, man. It's just perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Okay.
So I think it's old school.
They've released pictures of the cast of the fitting.
Have they?
Yeah. You want to see it?
Yeah.
God,
he looks like Christopher Reeves.
There you go. Brilliant.
Oh, wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. There was another story, though, from James Gunn.
Yes, this is the story.
Right, is it? Right.
Yes, this is. I was leading you down a garden path, and you stepped on it. Alan. One of those ones. Right. So this is generated by AI.
Yes.
And you can tell when you actually look at the picture, you're going like, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
This is clearly not whoever it is that's the new Superman. That guy.
Corn Sweat. I'm not even joking. That's his name.
Oh, that's right, Corn Sweat. Yeah.
Not
and
Sweat,
obviously
Corn
to
Sweat.
my wonderful wife, and our wonderful children, Senna and Fanana.
Exactly.
With thanks to Steve Martin there. So this is AI, and your man James Gunn had this to say about it. Let's see. Can the man on the left-hand side of the photo holding an amorphous black blob while looking through an eyeball on the front of his cap? Can the man on the right torso grow out of his right hip be so stupid enough to wear pants that the drawstring at the back? Can Corn Sweat's hands be made without any bones or veins? And might Superman's trunks be knitted with yarn? Ask yourself these questions, and I'll show you to determine the answers on your own. Yeah, it's terrible. It is the worst. So yeah, there's no cast photos yet for this. Don't be duped by.
Well, there's cast photos, but no.
There's cast photos, but there's not
no set
character photos. Because I think he's only recently just done a like a test fitting of like proportions type stuff, but not an actual costume.
Yeah, because when he tried to Big Henry Cavill's on, he was too tall for it, wasn't he?
This Corn Sweat guy.
Yeah, he was he's taller than Henry.
Oh, is he? Good God. How tall is he?
Taller means better.
Taller than the highest building.
If you're Superman,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And which he is now.
Reeves was quite tall, wasn't he? He was like 6 foot something as well.
Well, is that not right? It's somebody in the chat could maybe say, but I think he put on Reeves' suit for his audition. I think. I could be wrong.
Christopher Reeve height. He was 1.93 meters. What is that in English?
Exactly. What mean?
In feet. 6'4". Good God.
6'4".
6'4".
And what height's Corn Sweat?
What's his name?
Jeffrey.
It's not Jeffrey, is it?
It says
here. Is it David? I'll just, and you know what? I'm just gonna copy that.
I'll tell you what, it'll be a household name soon once this movie comes out.
Yeah.
Unless it's
6'4".
Oh, what? All right, so that's perfect then. He must have
there you
won
go.
Reeves.
Must have won Chris.
All right, see that we're going in heights. What height is Henry Cavill? Yes, we're actually doing this, folks. What height is
6'1".
Smith?
6'1". He's practically a dwarf to these people.
He's bloody tiny. How did they ever get the job as Superman?
Oh, exactly. It's ridiculous.
6'1", shorty.
Exactly. Short king, as they say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess they did use Reeve's costume.
He's the perfect Superman as well.
He was voted number one amongst you, me, and James.
Correct. I think he was. Yeah. so that means a lot. Obviously.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's good. So this is not him, obviously. It's ignore the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Much like the Wonka Experience.
Is that the bottom right hand corner? Is that his butt cheeks?
Down there.
Oh, that's a tile.
Oh, it's a tile that somebody's. It's like a pane of glass,
the white
and there's a bullet hole there. And
then, no, that can't be.
Oh, this bit here.
Yes. How could that bit you were talking about be his butt cheeks? What the hell are you on?
That's his parachute pants.
What is that?
That's his parachute pants.
That's pure Beyonce butt cheeks, man. Or Nicki Minaj butt cheeks. We're talking butt cheeks. Anyway, sorry.
I just realized. What size is the unknown?
Nicki Minaj's butt cheeks. No, that's right. Let's move on. Unless you've got anything else to say.
This is also from the Metro. This actually came up on Twitter. Somebody tweeted this at me.
Oh yeah.
I'm refusing to call it the other name. It's still Twitter.
Yeah.
Retro games are so much better than modern video games. Discuss.
Fight.
Let's just say we've entered into a retro game challenge, and one of us decided to not use a retro game as one of the
Well, but nowhere does it say retro game. It just says challenge, Sloan.
Yes, but
But
the
I mean,
implication was retro games.
in your mind, it was maybe retro. But I think that, in actual fact, it's kind of traditional type arcade games we're playing.
Okay.
You know, that are
All
kind of
right.
pick up and play games. Anyway,
well, let's pull that thread later.
Yeah, okay. That's a very fine line between stupid and clever, remember. So retro games are much... Well, we should put a... You know, I was going to say we'll put it to a poll, but there's only 5 of us listening to this.
Well, technically it's 4, because I'm not really listening.
All right. I would say they're definitely different, because obviously I've got a theory, by the way, about stick drift.
Stick drift.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because games are longer and you're sweating more into your joystick,
No.
and it's causing stick drift.
No.
Or is it just they're more surely made?
No, they're more surely made. It's the way that they make them. They put that little thin carbon layer, and then the when you move the joystick, it rubs against the carbon layer, and it
loosens,
removes the carbon layer eventually.
Yeah,
it's just shoddily made. They didn't used to make them like that. They could fix it easily by replacing the 10-cent part with a 20-cent part. It's called a Hall effect sensor, and it would work. It would be fine, because you know why? Because in a Hall effect sensor, there are no moving parts other than the thumbstick. It doesn't rub against it.
Yeah. But that's new technologies.
It's not that new.
Yeah, but can for stick drift. Because obviously
there wouldn't be such a thing as stick drift.
Aye, but obviously retro games were pick up and play, so you weren't really playing for hours and hours and hours.
Do you know why I think it is? When you look at a retro game, there's something quaint and nice about it, and it feels not otherworldly, but it feels, this is a retro game. This is fine. This is playable. And when you play something like Tomb Raider from 1995, 96, whenever it is, you go like, oh my God, look at the polygons in this. This is ridiculous. And you start like picking at the fact that, like everything's square and everything like floats past you, whereas there's a bit of whimsy with retro games.
Yeah, I think graphically games weren't quite ready for 3D, but they get pushed in that direction anyway.
But to me, Doom hasn't aged.
But then that's
I can still... Yeah, exactly. It's 320 pixels by 200 pixels. Mm-hmm. And it feels fine. I think it's when it started to move into that kind of good enough realm that's when it started to feel a bit meh graphically.
Yeah, I mean the big difference obviously is it's when these modern games, it's a life. It's not a life choice, but it's a lot of dedication to the game. That younger people have that kind of time and older people don't.
Yeah,
simple as that. So I like the fact that there's still we can still play our retro games if we want, and we can dip into big games if we want as well. Mm-hmm. I tell you, do you know what my pet hate though is for the first person shooters? There's no lock on target. You've got to control the right hand joystick to aim.
Do you know what you want? Do you know what you want? You want to play Crackdown. Because Crackdown has got a lock on target, and not only that, but it's also got a lock on target that you can adjust using the right thumbstick. I think it's the right thumbstick, and you can choose different body parts. So if you just want to just take their legs out, you can just take their legs out if you want.
Yeah, but that's one thing that kind of annoys me. But
because I find there's a lot of sky ground, and I hate.
James.
And I hate first-person shooters on console games. First-person shooters is WASD keys and a mouse.
Yeah,
that's what they were built for.
Yeah,
I don't like them. But yeah, as far as this is a few years ago now. But David said, why do you play retro games and why do you not play modern games? And I said, because Gordon Freeman doesn't have to take the bins out.
We're talking Half-Life.
Yeah, that's how long ago it was. But it's the same thing as, like, the sergeant, the gruff sergeant from Call of Duty doesn't tell you to
No,
empty the latrine or whatever.
no. I mean, it's like a total chunk out your life to
It's
play
too
these
long.
games.
It's far too long. It's the same thing with, like, Zack Snyder movies. It's 4 hours. The movie doesn't have to be 4 hours. It's 4 hours. Make a TV show out of it. And it's the same thing with these things where it's like, I don't know how long this mission is. Like, even I'll tell you how you can fix modern video games. Just tell me how long the mission is, and then I can decide if I can invest time at that point. Because you get halfway through a mission and you're like, I can't finish this because it's my bedtime. I'm up tomorrow or whatever.
Do you realise how old we sound?
Oh, I know, 100%, yeah. But once again, we're the people with the money because we have jobs and house, and roof overhead. So this is, I know it feels like first world problems we're trying to solve here. But
I'm enabling my son to live my dreams in video game land.
So you're living vicariously through your son.
He's playing all the new stuff, and I'm playing all these old things.
Nice.
So he got Helldivers 2,
Mm-hmm.
which is getting massive hype just now, and he's absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
I think quite rightly as well.
It's getting a lot of hype. Yeah.
And it's a different take on as a sort of the multi shooter things, whatever.
Aye, but there's a kind of roguelike element to it as well, because you die in there, but you basically respawn a clone or something in the ship.
Well,
it's like ship upgrades that you do rather than like.
Well, it's the whole thing is you work as a team. You're not shooting each other. Mm-hmm. You work as a team against a threat.
Common foe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. James is saying he's just finished Spaceman.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
I'll be talking about that later, or maybe not.
I haven't watched it yet. It only came out on Friday.
Yeah. I'll be discussing that. No spoilers, don't worry.
I'll be talking about TV shows. That's what I've been watching this week.
Nice one.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with modern games. There's nothing wrong with retro games. They're equally as good each other.
I suppose it depends what you're talking about. Modern games as well. I mean, there's loads of indie titles out there. I just got one there called oh Christ, I can never remember. It's
called Oh Christ, I can never remember.
It's an isometric shooter.
It's about this guy that watches television shows and he can never remember the characters' names.
It's so bad as well because it's a really bloody good game.
What I love is when you do that, and it literally sounds like you're calling the mothership because your phone was dead.
I just type in "help me."
I've fallen.
I'm online. I'm accidentally online. Please help.
Anime was talking about about my phone, and she said your dad's phone's all charged up, and mine apparently just needs a good shake because it's an Etch-a-Sketch.
All right, fair enough. And I'm not going to find it yet.
Oh dear. Right, talk amongst yourselves, folks. Well, Jody remembers what it was. I can't remember how you jumped to that point. Anyway,
well, I was just saying that not all modern games are like heavy,
20-hour missions.
Not all modern games are like that.
Yeah, but a lot of them are looty, though.
Yeah.
Like loot boxy. Which you don't get in retro games. But then again, in retro games, it was just you constantly put in 10 pences or quarters into the machine to keep playing. Which is that not the same as microtransactions? I mean, really, that's what they are. It's microtransactions to keep your game going. You suck at this game, you can continue if you put in 25 more cents. Oh, okay then. And you put in 25 more cents and then you get to play again. I mean, that's microtransactions. Have you found it yet? I'm stalling.
I know you're stalling.
The producer's going like this to me.
I know. I'm wasting my time here, am I?
Aye, I don't know how I'm doing this.
just.
I feel now you're looking up knitting or something. You're sitting there You're sitting there. You're now down a Wikipedia rabbit hole.
It's like midnight fight club or some crap. Anyway, it's really good actually. So I should remember the name of it.
I half expected to go. I didn't know that Clorox was a Lever Brothers.
I know. Anyway, it's really good.
Anyway, shall we crack on and talk about what you're watching?
Oh God, I've got to remember that as well.
Aye.
All right.
I'll tell you what else I've got to remember. I've got to remember where to put this thing. So what have you been watching then? What have you been doing yourself?
Well, because Danny's been playing that Hell Divers, and it's heavily based on like
Starship Troopers. Paul Villeneuve has come out and said it. This is the best game in the world.
I bet he does.
Jack cheese.
Stolen all his ideas.
That's right, yeah.
So we watched that, and it was absolutely terrific. I've not seen it for ages.
So good.
And it's brilliant, and it's so witty as well. While looking at sort of the
adverts. Do you want to know more?
Yes. What do you call that? What's the word for that? The
adverts. Propaganda.
Propaganda. All the propaganda.
Because it was the height of when the World Wide Web came on the line, and it was like click here for more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they were do you want to know more?
Yeah. So it's
Neil Patrick Harris is in it.
He is. He's brilliant in it, and he turns into a complete Nazi by the end of it. Jeez, man. And it's like no spoilers, but it's like, what does it say? And it's like surrounded by all these people pointing guns pointing at it, and it's like, and he's learned to be telepathic, and he's like, it's scared, and they're all like, yeah. That's so good, man. So good.
You can't vote unless you serve, and all this kind of stuff. It's brilliant. It's honestly, it's great. Paul Verhoeven was an absolute genius when it came to.
I mean, he did the same kind of those same little blip things in RoboCop as well.
I'd buy that for $1.
Original. Yeah. So he really knew what he was doing, didn't he?
He did.
And later on, when he did Showgirls, and everybody laughed at it, and he's like, "No, it was supposed to be a comedy." And now you think to yourself, well, maybe it was. Maybe it was a kind of parody type thing.
He did Total Recall as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so
with his 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I'm trying to think if he did any good stuff after that. I don't know if he did.
I think he ended up going into TV because Showgirls pretty much killed off his. Let me just look him up. He's obviously from Amsterdam.
I remember we did the same thing with Clint Eastwood. We're like, I don't think Clint Eastwood makes that many movies. And he's like made like a movie a year since.
I just want a filmography. Why can't I get a filmography? Here we go. Filmography. Okay. He did. So this is his sort of golden period here. He did RoboCop, Total Recall, Basic Instinct, Showgirl, Starship Troopers, Hollow Man.
It's a good run.
Black Book, Tricked, L, and Benedetta. Which came out in 2021.
It's a fairly good run.
Yeah.
So really enjoyed that. It's fantastic. We watched The Spaceman that James has just finished.
Oh yeah, with Adam. You beat me to an Adam Sandler movie.
I beat you to an Adam Sandler movie. Aye. It's much more serious than I thought it was going to be, and much more thoughtful and sort of strange. Very strange, actually.
You haven't seen Uncut Gems, have you?
I tried to, but he annoyed me in it.
Oh, it's so good.
I might have to try again because people do rave about it.
He's not a nice man, though.
Aye, I know.
And that's kind of part of the whole thing about that movie.
He's quite underrated, Adam Sandler, when he does serious roles.
I think he is.
Because he's very, very good in this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's overlooked a lot of times, because he's Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I got a little bell on my bike. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It goes ring ring.
That could be Halloween or something.
No, it's from Family Guy with the seagull.
All right, okay, you've lost me.
All right.
I'd recommend it. I did enjoy it, but it's very weird, much weirder than I thought it was going to be. We watched the Dick Turpin, new Dick Turpin, the completely made up Adventures of Dick Turpin
Was that out now?
On Apple. Aye, we've watched 2 episodes of it.
Aye.
It's bloody brilliant. It's absolutely.
I'm glad I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna start watching.
It's absolutely brilliant. It's a cross between sort of Monty Python, Blackadder, and Mighty Bush.
Nice. That's a good combination.
It's a great combo. And a lot of the characters in it are in it, and you're right, James. Didn't know you could see it from here. So it's really good. I really enjoyed it. We watched Constellation. Keep watching that.
Oh, aye. Yeah.
Still enjoying that.
Still enjoying that. Yeah.
It's really good.
Namira Pace and Jonathan Banks.
Yeah, it's very good.
I think it's fairly obvious what it is, though.
She's confused.
No.
Oh.
No, I was going to go with the scientific multiverse version of it.
Possibly, actually, she's kind of hitting something.
Because she's going. I thought we had a blue car,
but it also looks as if
a red
the
car
relationship. She still thinks she's married to her ex-husband, I think, but clearly she's with this young guy.
But yeah, I don't know if she is.
Something going on there.
The other thing is, I think the Jonathan Banks' character, something happened to him when he was on his mission.
Yeah.
All those years ago, and it went and it swapped, and he ended up going into the wrong. He ended up going into the wrong universe, like Chuck Heston. That's what I think happened to him, and now he's trying to get back to that.
These are not spoilers, everybody. But this is just us.
This is just us going.
Yeah, trying to work it out. Which I don't think we will work it out. I think it's going to be a good one right up to the end.
I think
yeah.
And I hope it's one and done. Just do the one series.
Yeah, I know. Don't stretch it.
Drag it out and go like, there's others like us.
Unless it's a really bloody good idea.
Yeah, it's never going to be a really good idea.
No. Talking it, stretching it out, watched the Bad Batch. I'm up to date now. All 4 episodes. Yeah. Disappointing 4th episode, I would say, because...
You don't like Omega, though?
It was a full-on Omega
Omegathon.
Aye.
It was an Omega Megathon.
I liked the first 3 because they were kind of all the clone stuff. I love all that stuff, as you know.
Yeah.
All the kind of mysterious stuff. A lot of Palpatine in it as well.
Yeah.
Like a bit of Palps. And then it went all Omega in this one.
See, I think they did it right, because I think it would have been worse if they hadn't have done that episode and they'd kept it going for like 2 or 3 episodes. Then you'd have lost your rag. Because it would have been like flicking between the Bad Batch and Omega Crosshair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the style of it and stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
So I'll still be.
I like Jimmy. What's his name? Jimmy Simpson's Hemlock. I like his character.
Yeah.
He's the sort of the Joseph Mengele type character.
Yeah. And I think that's probably about it. I noticed the Napoleon's on Apple TV now as well.
I noticed that as well,
yeah. So I'll need to watch that this week, I think. Bit of Dick Turpin, bit of Napoleon. What's not to like?
Exactly.
You know?
Keeping it mid-century.
Yeah.
Mid
17. God, I don't know.
1700s.
Well, I'll need to find out. Once I watch Napoleon, I'll get back to you.
Aye, good idea.
I'll tell you.
Because Napoleon, he was the English were fighting 2 wars. They were fighting with France and with America. So that was 1776 all the way through to War of 1812. Sorry, that was Napoleon times as well.
Yeah,
and the French were bolstering him as well.
They were.
This is what I was talking. Have you not seen this? This is really funny. This. Can you hear the sound?
When we're done with him, he'll be more of an outcast than a seagull at an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, I can hear it.
This is my old bicycle that I had from when I was 10. Sometimes the banana seat hurts my hiney.
Will you shut up? You shut up, man. It's a comedy.
When I ring the bell, it makes my pants feel funny. Ring, ring, ring.
What the heck?
Family Guy.
Anyway, moving
along.
Such a random show.
I watched Oppenheimer.
Finally.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's heavy, isn't it? It's a very heavy film.
I liked the color bits. I wasn't too enamored with the black and white bits. I thought the black and white bits were a bit.
Have you ever thought of going on the TV and doing movie reviews? I like the color bits.
Okay. I don't, Jodie. I watched 4 hours of the Justice League in black and white. I'm pretty sure I can manage 10 minutes here and there of Oppenheimer.
Right, okay.
The what I didn't like about it was I didn't feel like it added anything to this. Like I think, you know.
But was it not
the best?
It's a while since I've seen it now, but was
you know
the black and white bits not flashbacks and the colour bits?
No, flash forwards.
Was that what it was?
The black and white ones were flash forwards. Well, kind of, sort of, because there's a bit at the end where they kind of bleeds into his hearings. I just realised that my Donald Trump is a bit more Paul from the Beatles, you know.
Oh yeah, so it's
anyway, you know,
kind of.
I thought RDJ was okay in it, and I thought the big kind of twist as well in the black and white bit was a bit silly because Armin Schwartz and Cinnamon and Aiden Crumble, what's his name?
Who?
Aiden Crumblethorne, what's his name? The Armitage Shanks guy.
Oh, him?
Aye.
Elmer.
Emmett Schadenfreude. Emmerich Rumpelstiltskin. That guy, right? He's supposed to be the aide that's got like switched on and all that kind of stuff. And he's like this, I didn't know. All the way through it, and then at the very end, he's like, aha. And it was just like, you're only doing that twist because the audience doesn't know about it. It's like, it's pointless.
Yeah, but they had to have a wee thing like that, don't they, in these movies, do you know what I mean? So it's just the way these things are written.
It's stupid. The black and white bits were stupid because it honestly, those black and white bits took away from what I was enjoying in the actual action of things. And I thought Cillian Murphy did a really good job of Oppenheimer. I've heard Oppenheimer speak. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I thought that and the whole thing about the communism and all that kind of stuff, that was really cool as well because you know, there's Reds under the bed and all that kind of like the paranoia and things.
Yeah, I think it's going to probably win all the Oscars.
I think so. Yeah,
you know, or most of them.
I mean, it's the only one I've seen, and I thought the cast were amazing in it. Everybody was really good.
I'll tell you who's great, always brilliant. Emily Blunt.
Yeah, she was really good.
I love her.
Is the long-suffering wife.
Yeah,
bringing the sheets.
Yeah, and Florence Pugh. She's always
Flo was there as well. Yeah,
Flo.
See, you can't say that. That's why I say Flo.
Flo sounds like a Star Wars alien character. I think I've got that Star Wars figure somewhere. Flo. Pluton. Or something, I don't know.
Did you recognize? Did you ever see it? Did you ever see a show called Drake and Josh?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, so it was back in the Nickelodeon days. It was about the time of iCarly and all that kind of stuff. Josh Peck is the guy that goes and turns Trinity on to drop it, to explode it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's quite a nice touch.
Right.
Because he ruined television for me.
No.
Anyway, he's fine now. He's fine.
Oh, all right.
He's doing movies now. He's fine.
He's fine.
And also Jack Quaid was in it as well. He played.
So he was.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The mathematician.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. Probably my second favorite Chris Nolan movie after Interstellar.
Interstellar's, I mean, like I said, we watched that the other week there, and it was absolute dynamite again.
Yeah,
Got me in the feels many
not
times.
as dynamite as Oppenheimer.
Nay,
We're working still through on Disney Death and Other Details and The Bad Batch, which I forgot to write in there. Death and Other Details is still good. It's still a Agatha Christie style.
what's that one again?
It's Mandy Patinkin. You know the guy that played You Killed My Father, Prepare to Die.
Yeah.
And another fine actor who I don't know her name. She's good. She plays the lead.
Mm-hmm.
And they're detecting what happened, and they're aboard the ship, and they're trying to find out who the murderer is. And people keep on getting bumped off.
Right.
So it's an Agatha Christie in all but name.
Who done it?
Yeah,
Right.
and it feels a lot better than Glass Onion. As much as I like Glass Onion, this feels a bit more. I don't know who did it compared to Glass Onion. But we're watching Constellation as well on Apple TV Plus. I started watching American Conspiracy: The Octopus Murders last night.
Oh, aye.
It's not about murdering octopuses.
I'm not watching
octopuses. It is octopuses. Because people think it's octopi, but it's not. It's actually octopuses.
I like Octopussy. I like that.
According to whatever.
How did they get away with that title?
James Bond movie.
Octopussy.
How did you get away with Moonraker? Have you ever watched that movie? It's terrible.
No, I meant the title, though. It's not called Moon Pussy, is it?
Goldfinger.
Pussy finger. Oh god, no. Right, anyway, carry
on. So yeah, American Conspiracy is all about this guy that invested. This I'm going to make this sound the most boring thing ever. It's about this guy that investigates the software source code of of a prosecution of a prosecutor's office, and then he gets killed.
Right.
And it's not about that at all.
There's no octopuses in it at all.
There's no octopuses in it. The octopus refers to how far this spreads out and how many different tendrils there are. Right. And it starts off with this one thing, and then, like I said earlier on, they pull in this thread, and it's like many crazy conspiracy theory type stuff.
Is it interesting? Is it?
It was. Oh, go ahead. Then I'll watch the next episode as it counts down that week kind of like progress bar thing.
Okay.
Or progress.
That's good enough, I suppose.
Yeah. And then lastly, but not leastly, I have been watching Shogun on Disney.
Right.
I can't remember the Richard Chamberlain one, but this is so good. Go watch. Stop watching this. Go watch it. Bye. Hold on a second. So honestly, you got to go watch it. It is fantastic. The actress in it, oh god, I can't remember her name. She was in Monarch: Legacy of Butterflies. She played the main character in it. She's in it. She plays Mariko,
do you think the longer
translator.
Do you think the longer we do this podcast, it's just going to be a case of us going, her from I can't remember. What was she in? I don't know.
She was in that movie with that guy.
Yeah, what channel? No idea. That's what we're moving to.
It's amazing, and the lead guy, in it, he looks like Tom Hardy, right?
Aye,
but Cosmo Jarvis.
So is he the Dickie Chamberlain character?
Yes,
from the 80s show.
Yeah, he was. What was he in before? He was in Raised by
Rachel.
Wolves. He played Campion. Don't know who that is. He was in for 3 episodes. Peaky Blinders as well. He's in that. So he's in a few things. He was in Vera as well. Anyway, he looks like Tom Hardy, as I said, but he sounds like Richard Burton.
All right, okay.
It's a solid mix. It's a good combo. So yeah, he's in it, and Anna I can't. Sawai, Anna Sawai. She was or Sawai. She plays the translator. And that guy that's in everything. I think he was in Hiroyuki Sanada. What was he in? He was in the Wolverine. He was in 47 Ronin. Was he in? Yeah, he was in Bullet Train as well. He played the guy at the end, the elder. He's in everything. He's in everything. Oh, he's Westworld. That was the other thing I saw him in. He's fantastic in it as well. Anyway, so it's in half Japanese, and they also speak Portuguese, but the Portuguese portion is obviously in English, for us. So when they speak in Portuguese, they're speaking to us in English. But it's fantastic. It's the thing I didn't know about Shogun, because I obviously when we were kids, this is when we were like 8 or 9 or something.
It's based on a book about that thick, isn't it?
James Cavell wrote the book. Mm-hmm. But it's based on a true story about this guy called William Adams.
Oh.
And very similar. It was basically the Portuguese and the Spanish divided up the world and said, you guys take that side, we'll take this side, and forget about the English. And the English and the Dutch were like, well, we want a bit of it. But of course, it's all the whole Protestant Catholic fighting as well.
Yeah.
So the Portuguese went there, converted Japan to Catholicism, or converted bits of Japan to Catholic, enough of Japan to Catholicism to control it, so they could take the riches from the country. And that's pretty much it. And this is the start of the Dutch East Indies Company. Which assuming probably did atrocities as well. But that's not really what this bit's covering. But this is the sort of start of it. But yeah, it's based on a true story as well, which is a bit fascinating as well. So
is it one?
This isn't like the 1600s. Yeah, there's 2 episodes have dropped.
2, right?
We watched them back to back.
All right, might watch one then after this.
Oh, it's good. It's beautifully shot as well. I don't know who wrote it or the writing team or whatever it is. Clearly, whoever does the credits for all these big shows is doing the credits for this, because it looks like every other bloody show. It looks It looks like the start of Constellation. It looks like the start
Game of Thrones and all that.
Game of Thrones, like all those kind of things.
I love all those. I think they're brilliant. I mean, remember the
Silo
one as well.
The Westworld one, yeah.
Aye,
Westworld has got that kind of look to it, and then everybody pinched that idea, and now everyone's pinched that kind of like, it's like sand and grainy and like kind of tapestries moving over each other type look to it. But yeah, it's great. I highly recommend the show. 2 episodes in, and I'm loving it.
Okay, nice one.
But yeah, that's it. That's all we got for the show this week. If you like what you see, don't forget to give us a like button. The Westworld was a great introduction, yeah. And the piano music, that haunting piano music,
great show,
so good. Yeah, if you want to smash the old like button and share on social media, it really does help the channel out. And if you want tiny little reminders when we put something new up, then don't forget to hit the old subscribe button, notification bell, and YouTube will let you know when we put something new up. But until next time, thank you all so much for watching.
Thanks for all your input.
Thanks for joining as well on the live chat. It was really nice talking to everyone, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye.
Cheers, guys.